Good afternoon, everyone. Please join me in thanking our resident piper, Dr. Tony Abrams-Ogg from the Ontario Veterinary College Department of Clinical Studies. Dean Wichtel, honored guests, fellow veterinarians, student veterinarians, ladies and gentlemen. Good afternoon. My name is Joanne Hewson, and I am the Associate Dean, Students and Academic at the Ontario Veterinary College. I have the great privilege, on behalf of Dean Wichtel, the OVC faculty and staff, and all of the student veterinarians in our OVC community, to welcome all of you to this ceremony and celebration this afternoon that recognizes the point at which this class, our OVC 2025 Amethyst Orcas, formally join the veterinary profession as our student veterinarian colleagues. Before I begin, a few housekeeping notes. You may have noticed that your microphones are muted, but you can turn on your cameras. However, we ask that everybody keep their cameras off for now to minimize distractions. When we get to the part of the ceremony where we present each OVC 2025 student veterinarian to you, please feel free to congratulate your favorite orca by sending them a message in the chat. To begin, I'd like to first take a moment to reflect on the fact that all of Canada resides on traditional, unceded, and/or treaty lands of First Nations, Inuit, and Métis peoples. At this significant moment in the life of our OVC class of 2025 and all of our audience as the supporting cast celebrating this day, it is important to recognize our connections to those around us and to offer gratitude to the land and people of this area. Particularly this week, following our first National Day for Truth and Reconciliation, to further learn and reflect upon the history of Canada and our Indigenous peoples, I am thankful to be able to lead us all in recognizing the importance of acknowledging this history towards shaping a better future together. We acknowledge that the University of Guelph resides on the ancestral lands of the Attawadron people and the treaty lands and territory of the Mississaugas of the Credit. This land has been stewarded through the Dish with One Spoon Covenant, a recognition that we all draw from the same resources of this land, and the fact that to ensure there is enough to sustain everyone that shares this dish with us, today, Guelph is home to many First Nations, Métis, and Inuit peoples, and acknowledging them reminds us of our important connection to this land where we learn and work. Our land acknowledgement recognizes not only Guelph's Indigenous presence of the past, but also recognizes and celebrates our ties with our Anishinaabe, Haudenosaunee, and Métis neighbors of the present and the future, as we strive to strengthen and build our relationships with each other. Shortly, I will introduce our platform of speakers, representing key veterinary organizations that support and champion our profession in many ways. Before doing so, I'd like to take a moment myself to congratulate the OVC class of 2025 on your accomplishments and welcome you to the profession. I truly am looking forward to sharing in this journey with you over the next 4 years. I've had the great fortune to share several orientation week activities and some early in-person laboratories with the Amethyst Orcas already. And I've greatly enjoyed getting to know you as a class and as individuals so far. I can't wait for more opportunities together. From a class of 3 students to first graduate from the Ontario Veterinary College in 1866, apparently graduating after only a mere 3 sessions of training, just imagine. Today, we welcome this class of 120 exceptional individuals into our college as you join over 11,000 alumni from the Ontario Veterinary College that have the great fortune to be members of the veterinary profession. Today is indeed a great time of celebration, but it is also a moment of gravity to reflect on all that comes with entering a profession. From the moment you were accepted into the Doctor of Veterinary Medicine program, or more likely, even as early as when you first declared that this was your chosen pathway and dream, those around you, your family, friends, loved ones, and society already associated you with characteristics they expect from a professional. Everything you do, everything you say, it all reflects back on the veterinary profession already. And we count on you, just as you can count on us, to safeguard the societal view of our profession every day. You will hear from our platform speakers and will quickly come to see that you will be well supported as you accept and cherish this welcomed burden of responsibility. I should note I did try to find an appropriate synonym for the word burden, trying to communicate to you that although there is a lot of weight that comes with being a veterinarian, it is a heavy package of opportunity more than anything else. Your veterinary degree will bring you opportunities that many others don't have, and we need to all steward this privilege as our highest priority. I also encourage you to explore this privilege and to take time over the next 4 years with us to see all the doors that your DVM degree will open for you, so that you can take an informed and inspired first step out into the profession when you graduate. It is an exciting time, and again, I'm excited to be sharing it with you as our student veterinarians, our colleagues, but also with the rest of you here today as the extended part of our OVC family. So everyone here today, welcome aboard as we start this exciting journey together. I know, but it is important that you also know, we made the best choice when we offered each Amethyst Orca a seat in this class, and that we all belong here today. You are, and will continue to be, key contributors to why we hold an international reputation as one of the top veterinary colleges. As family, partners, friends, mentors, and stout supporters of your student veterinarian, I know each person in our audience today shares this knowledge that you belong here and you are amazing in what you bring to the table. And I hope they will all similarly help us remind you of this at times when you experience self-doubt in the coming years as you find your feet in the program and in the profession. Amethyst Orcas, I encourage you to be mindful to share with others, be open with your challenges, and to not only recognize that there are resources, many that you will meet for the first time today through our guest speakers, to help everyone in the class have a successful experience in the veterinary program and beyond. But I hope you also recognize that strength comes from being willing to seek out and use those supports. We've all got your back. Now, to bring greetings to you and to welcome this class are representatives of the organized veterinary profession. Dr. Jeffrey Wichtel is the 11th Dean of the Ontario Veterinary College. Before his arrival at OVC, he was at the Atlantic Veterinary College in Charlottetown, where he was Associate Dean, Graduate Studies and Research. Before joining AVC, Dr. Wichtel taught at Massey University in New Zealand and at the College of Veterinary Medicine at North Carolina State. He received his Bachelor of Veterinary Science and PhD from Massey and is board certified by the American College of Theriogenologists. Dr. Wichtel.
Thank you, Dr. Hewson. Good afternoon, everyone. I'm so delighted to bring greetings this afternoon as the Dean of the Ontario Veterinary College. It's great to have so many supporters and family members tuning in today. Certainly, it's my pleasure, OVC Class of 2025, to officially welcome you to the University of Guelph, whether you have been a Griffin before or not. And of course, as Dr. Hewson pointed out, to welcome you to the veterinary profession. And we do consider you professionals now. When I began my career as a mixed species veterinarian in a small town in New Zealand back in the 1980s, where most of you were born, I'm sure, I never dreamt that my career would be so diverse and satisfying. And I'm so very thankful for the opportunities the career has afforded me over those years. I know you'd not be sitting here today if you didn't share that passion for the profession. You've devoted so much energy to be here. But now it's our job to see your goals are realized. And I echo much of what Dr. Hewson, the great advice that she gave you in just the last few minutes. Our college is blessed with a tremendous applicant pool, I agree, Dr. Hewson, and excellent teachers and staff and a strong culture of mentorship. There's no reason for anyone to not make it through this curriculum. You're all brilliant in your own way. You will find that we care very deeply about the success and well-being of each and every one of you, and we hope to demonstrate that if we have not done so already. It's perhaps a cliche to say that we're in a period of change. It seems like everybody says that, but this last 18 months more so than ever. We're still immersed in a pandemic. The profession, like all healthcare more generally, is looking for new, more sustainable models of delivery of care. We're continuing to perform research, some of it related to the pandemic, and finding new ways of caring for underserviced populations, the needs of those populations becoming more and more obvious every day during this period. Teaching methods have also evolved dramatically. We're learning a lot as we go along, and to be honest, our students are our partners in this journey, and we've learned a lot from students going through this last 18 months. I hope we're doing better than we were at the beginning, but I'm in awe of how our faculty and staff have pivoted to deliver this curriculum during the most difficult of times. Orcas, you'll be the generation of veterinarians that build these new models of care that I referred to before. Embracing the idea of One Health, you should be excited by the prospect because this profession's always risen to the challenge, and we'll help by preparing you for that exciting future. You'll also be the generation where I think the breadth and value of your training will be fully recognized. There's no more interdisciplinary degree than a veterinary degree. There are so many more career options now for veterinarians than there were when I graduated. Certainly private and public practice, but business, entrepreneurship, and as I mentioned before, addressing some of the serious social justice issues. Many of you will have two or more distinct careers, not just one. As a college, we have responded to these new trends by enhancing opportunities for our students in all sorts of areas: community engagement, specialization, research, public health, One Health, even entrepreneurship. While it might not seem so now, these 4 years are going to fly by. This will be a time of tremendous personal and professional growth for each of you. So value each experience and each friendship you make here. They'll sustain you for your entire career. Once again, welcome to all.
Thank you very much, Dean Mitchell. We are pleased to have Dr. Patricia Turner with us today to bring greetings from the World Veterinary Association. Dr. Turner is a graduate of the Ontario Veterinary College and initially worked as a mixed, mostly food animal practitioner in Southwest Ontario before returning to Guelph to specialize in comparative medicine and pathology. Since then, Dr. Turner has worked in academia and industry as an educator, researcher, administrator, and toxicologist. She is also a professor emerita at the University of Guelph. She is a diplomat of the American College of Laboratory Animal Medicine, the American Board of Toxicology, and the European College of Animal Welfare and Behavioral Medicine, specializing in welfare science, ethics, and law. Dr. Turner is the current president of the World Veterinary Association and is the first Canadian to hold this position in the almost 160-year history of the organization. Dr. Turner, over to you.
Thank you so much for the kind introduction, Dr. Hewson. I'm really delighted to be here today representing the World Veterinary Association and to greet the OVC class of 2025 at the start of your journey to become veterinarians. I'd like to say a few words about the World Veterinary Association, which many of you may be unfamiliar with. The WVA is an association of associations and represents a little over 600,000 veterinarians around the world, including Canadian veterinarians through the Canadian Veterinary Medical Association. The WVA's mission is to provide global leadership for the veterinary profession and to promote animal health and welfare and public health through advocacy, education, and partnership. The WVA is based in Brussels, Belgium, and it was founded in 1863 to bring veterinarians together to tackle the challenge of a terrible rinderpest epizootic that was raging across Europe and killing tens of thousands of cattle. That disease was finally eradicated in 2011 thanks to the efforts of many veterinarians around the world in vaccinating susceptible animals. This all sounds a bit familiar to us in 2021 as we're dealing with the COVID-19 global pandemic. Even this time around, veterinarians are distinguishing themselves and have a prominent role through their work in developing vaccines for humans, researching the origins of the virus in wildlife and other animals, ensuring public health measures are upheld, and participating in administering vaccines to people in their communities, overseeing food safety and security so that the supply chains weren't disrupted, even as other people had to hunker down inside for safety, providing care and treatment for owned and unowned companion animals who are so critical to our mental health, and ensuring that graduate veterinary students were knowledgeable and competent despite all the challenges with developing innovative teaching and training techniques because of restrictions on in-person teaching over the past 18 months. I mention these roles because a veterinary medical degree provides tremendous flexibility and opportunity. Veterinarians are highly regarded and trusted individuals in their communities and workplaces, and also play an important role in science, public health, industry, and government policy development at local, national, and international levels. While some of you may have very fixed or clear ideas of what you want to do upon graduation, I would encourage all of you to use your time at OVC to explore other species, disciplines, or areas of veterinary medicine that you are less familiar with. Excuse me. In addition to experiencing something new, this may open your eyes to an area of practice that you may wish to return to at a future point. I know you will all work hard. You're all high achievers, and that's how you came to be in veterinary school. But I also want to remind you to take some time for fun and fellowship. The friendships and connections that you make at the OVC with each other will stay with you throughout your professional veterinary career. Veterinary medicine is a tremendously satisfying profession, but it also has its challenges as we have to deal with the cycle of life and death. As a student, learning how to care for yourself, balance your personal and professional commitments, and support others with whom you work are very important skills that will serve you well throughout your career. Finally, while I know you may be focused on learning new information and gaining skills and competencies over the next few years, I want to encourage you to think about giving back to the profession after graduation by volunteering with veterinary medical associations at any level, provincial, national, or international. You are the future leaders of veterinary medicine and will shape how the profession changes over time. It is only by coming together as a community that we can better adapt and address various global One Health challenges, such as protecting biodiversity, reducing the impact of climate change on animal populations, and ensuring global food security. I wish you all the very best as you begin your training in veterinary medicine. Thank you for your time this afternoon.
Thank you very much, Dr. Turner, for some excellent points for our incoming class to ponder as we reflect on our opportunities in this profession. From the World Veterinary Association to the Canadian Veterinary Medical Association. Dr. Louis Quantes is the president of the Canadian Veterinary Medical Association. He hails from Sherwood Park, Alberta, where he has lived for the past 24 years. His professional background includes mixed animal practice in Ontario, as well as shorter and longer overseas veterinary postings in Haiti, Uzbekistan, and the Middle East. Dr. Quantes is presently employed by National Veterinary Associates as a veterinarian at Park Veterinary Centre in Sherwood Park, which is a companion animal veterinary clinic he founded with his business partner in 1997. He is a past board member of the Edmonton Veterinary Emergency Clinic and past president of the Edmonton Area Small Animal Veterinarians Group. He has also served the Alberta Veterinary Medical Association for more than 12 years in a variety of capacities, including a term as president in 2015. Dr. Quantes is a passionate promoter of veterinary medicine and has been a regular media contributor in print, radio, and television. He is grateful for the opportunity to both represent and serve fellow veterinarians as a CVMA, or Canadian Veterinary Medical Association, executive member and current CVMA president. We will now play a pre-recorded greeting from Dr. Quantes and the CVMA.
Thank you, Dean Wichtel, and good afternoon, everyone. I am truly honored to be here as President of the Canadian Veterinary Medical Association to welcome each and every member of the OVC graduating class of 2025 to the start of your veterinary education at the beautiful University of Guelph. All of you are here today because of your hard work, your capacity to learn, your love of animals. Let's also consider the bigger picture. These are strange and unusual days, not just in Canada, but all over the world. As a profession, we had to adapt to pandemic realities quickly, and I am proud to be part of a group of veterinarians that has rallied together to ensure the continuous well-being of animals and the caretakers who depend on them. Looking ahead, some of us may be fearful of the future, but I believe we can each walk forward in hope and in confidence. Because although you may have worked very hard to get to this moment on your nascent career paths, the love and support of parents who sacrificed for you and other family, friends, teachers, and mentors has been critical to bringing you this far. And now, in addition to that, you will be able to cultivate the support of new friends and colleagues. I won't pretend things will be easy, but I can tell you that the future is bright. And tonight, I'm excited to know that as you move from semester to semester and into your career paths, you each will have a chance to participate in the CVMA, the only voice that advocates for all of our more than 12,000 veterinarians in Canada. All across our nation, the CVMA has three main priorities. First, to be a powerful advocate for animal welfare. Second, to be a leader on other national veterinary issues, including animal health, public health, ecosystem health, and food safety, with a One Health approach to ensure optimal care for animals, people, and the environment. And third, to help you build a successful career and a balanced life. This last priority, success within a balanced life, needs to underpin the careers of every veterinarian. So please become aware of the CVMA mental health initiatives that exist. Don't wait to seek balance and wellness until after graduation, because you will need it now during your preparation for service to animals and the people who love and use them. The CVMA is committed to supporting our student members across Canada, and that's why we established the Students of the CVMA Committee, a student forum in veterinary medicine that allows for and facilitates the exchange of students' ideas and information within the profession and the CVMA and other relevant organizations. Every vet college has elected representatives of students from their own college, and Jeff Lee is not only your current senior representative, but also the SCVMA president. If you have any concerns or issues that you'd like to bring to the attention of the CVMA Council, please reach out to Jeff. And I also encourage you to participate in the many engaging and informative events to be held during the year. Great opportunities to network with classmates, other students, and professionals already working in the field. You have chosen an excellent institution for your studies. At OVC, you have diversity, new opportunities, top-notch faculty, and international recognition. As well, OVC is in fact my alma mater, and as it has for me, it will open for you doors to multiple opportunities within the profession. Even after decades of rewarding service, I still love being a vet. OVC class of 2025, as you embark on this educational experience, please do so in a balanced way. Grow in knowledge for sure, but also in wisdom. Do not let your individual passions and goals blind you to the needs of your fellow students and community, because you are not joining a competition here, but a community. Remember that no matter where your career paths lead, the Canadian Veterinary Medical Association is with you every step of your way. So as you move forward from here, be brave enough to be kind at all times. Thank you.
We greatly appreciate this warm welcome of the OVC 2025 class by Dr. Quantes and the Canadian Veterinary Medical Association. His words were very touching. I'm probably going to go watch that again after today's ceremony. So from the Canadian Veterinary Medical Association, we move to the Ontario Veterinary Medical Association. The Ontario Veterinary Medical Association is the organization that represents veterinarians and our interests in this province. Dr. Carla Scott is president of the OVMA. She also graduated from the Ontario Veterinary College and is practice owner of Oromodonte Veterinary Services. She has been providing veterinary services to pets in the Barrie and Orillia area for more than 20 years. Growing up on a farm in Grey County, Dr. Scott knew at a young age that animals would be a huge part of her life. Her experience as a competitive horseback rider led her to pursue postgraduate training in animal chiropractics and canine rehabilitation therapy. Dr. Scott has been involved with the OVMA for several years and also serves as a member of the conference committee. As is common with many veterinary backstories, Dr. Scott lives in Simcoe County with her husband, 3 children, 3 dogs, 2 cats, 10 chickens, and too many horses to count. We will now play a pre-recorded greeting from Dr. Scott and the Ontario Veterinary Medical Association.
Good morning, everyone. First and foremost, I hope you're all staying safe and healthy. I know how difficult it has been for everyone to navigate the past year and a half, and I'm so glad that we're able to take a few moments today to focus on all of your accomplishments, to celebrate this milestone, and to kick off this new and exciting journey. Although we may not be able to celebrate today as we would have done in the past, I hope you were able to find safe ways to commemorate this occasion. Whether it's a Zoom dinner with your friends or an intimate gathering with your social circle, be sure to do something to acknowledge all of your hard work and perseverance. It's paid off. It's an absolute pleasure for me today to talk to you and welcome you into this very rewarding profession. Your acceptance into the Ontario Veterinary College is a significant achievement. Just like me, I know you've all had your fair share of challenges to overcome in order to get here. Although it was tough, your resilience and dedication has earned you a spot in one of the world's top veterinary schools. In addition to fulfilling your dream of helping animals live long, healthy, and happy lives, your decision to become a veterinarian has also provided you with the option to pursue an incredible range of opportunities. Whether you choose a career in private practice, industry, government, or academia, know that you'll be making a real difference in the lives of both animals and people. Although it's only been a few weeks since you've started the semester, I know you probably already have a full workload. While 4 years may seem like an eternity, I can tell you from firsthand experience that your time at OVC will be over before you know it. As you count down the days until you begin your veterinary career, don't lose sight of what's in front of you. Make sure to enjoy your time here. It's an experience you will only have once, and one that will leave you with cherished memories, lifelong friendships, and invaluable skills. Don't forget, the OVMA is here to support you too. From various continuing education sessions to volunteer opportunities, the association offers numerous avenues for expanding both your skill set and your network. Act as the voice of your fellow colleagues by becoming a student representative on the OVMA's board of directors. Submit an article for an OVMA Focus magazine, or organize an event in support of OVMA's charitable arm, the Farley Foundation, which subsidizes the cost of veterinary care for the pets of those in financial need. There are so many ways that you can get involved. Please don't wait to get involved with the OVMA. We look forward to helping you achieve your personal and professional goals throughout your career. In line with our motto, making veterinarians' lives better, please know we're always here to help. Today, the OVMA is pleased to present each one of you with a personalized stethoscope as a symbol of your entry into the veterinary profession. We hope this stethoscope will become an essential tool as you immerse yourself in veterinary medicine over the next 4 years. And when you graduate, we hope this stethoscope will remind you that OVMA is your source and your voice, always here to help you make the most of your career as a veterinarian. Congratulations, and I wish all of you the best of luck.
It's wonderful to have received this warm welcome from Dr. Scott and the Ontario Veterinary Medical Association. The College of Veterinarians of Ontario is the provincial licensing body for veterinarians that also protects the public's interests. Ms. Jan Robinson is the Registrar and Chief Executive Officer of the CVO, a position she has held since 2012. Ms. Robinson has more than 25 years' experience providing guidance to policy governance organizations. As Registrar for the College of Veterinarians of Ontario, She greatly values the opportunity to serve the public interest, and her position enables her to bring innovative approaches to the delivery of regulatory programs. Ms. Robinson, over to you.
Thank you so very much, Dr. Hewson. Excuse me. Good afternoon. I'm so pleased to have the opportunity to join in the chorus of voices who are welcoming you today to the veterinary profession. So Dr. Hewson, Dean Wichtel, honored guests, and most importantly, of course, the members of the Ontario Veterinary College class of 2025. On behalf of the Council of the College of Veterinarians of Ontario, it's my absolute pleasure to extend congratulations to you as you begin the journey to becoming a licensed veterinarian. It's a privilege to be accepted into the Ontario Veterinary College, and I know you know that. And so really enjoy this moment, because pursuing a career in veterinary medicine is a challenge by anyone's standards. In the future, I really hope that you'll find motivation and perseverance by reflecting back to today on this moment and the excitement and the ambition that you're feeling. While I'm not a veterinarian, I am a member of a professional discipline, occupational therapy. And I can tell you that when I applied, competition was stiff, and it really still is. So I actually really know how this feels. And you should be so proud of this achievement. You're embarking on a journey to become a highly regarded professional and one which holds the public trust. Veterinary medicine is not just an academic program. This is a professional school. And licensed professionals have an obligation to society, in fact, a contract really, to uphold standards, to earn trust, and to provide the quality of care that the public expects. In joining this profession, you're pledging to uphold the highest moral and ethical standards in service to animals and their welfare, and to the public, and to public health more broadly. And you've heard many comments on this already today. Over the next 4 years, you're going to learn many new skills, of course, and many of these will be technical, but others will be essential skills like communication, teamwork, leadership. And you'll also expand your knowledge and hone your judgment to determine the focus of your contribution to the profession and how you will choose to best serve the public. As has been said by others, your aspirations right now should be nimble, as they will evolve and they may even change directions. And I can tell you, my own professional career path never had Registrar and CEO of the College of Veterinarians of Ontario in the lineup, but it is absolutely my best role ever. So really keep an open mind on your journey. In the months and years ahead, the College of Veterinarians of Ontario looks forward to getting to know you and to connecting with you. The College Council welcomes student engagement in profession-based regulation. So feel free to contact the college directly, as we're readily available to assist you as you move toward professional practice. So again, on behalf of the college and its council, I wish you great success as you embark upon your studies in veterinary medicine.
Thank you very much, Jan, for bringing these wishes to our OVC class of 2025 from the College of Veterinarians of Ontario. I echo your statement that nor did I picture this is where I would be when I entered my first day of veterinary school, as I'm sure is true for all of our speakers here today. So take home message to everybody, stay nimble, as Jan has just told you. The Ontario Veterinary College's Alumni Association links OVC with its graduates, and our Alumni Association is a very strong supporter of the college and of our student veterinarians. Dr. Paul Woods is a graduate of the Ontario Veterinary College. He is Professor of Oncology in the Department of Clinical Studies at the Ontario Veterinary College and co-director of the University of Guelph Institute for Comparative Cancer Investigation. Dr. Woods is board certified in the American College of Veterinary Internal Medicine in internal medicine and oncology. Dr. Woods, over to you.
Good afternoon, OVC class of 2025, the Amethyst Orcas. I'm Dr. Paul Woods, member of OVC class of 1985, the Polar Bears, and president of your Ontario Veterinary College Alumni Association. On behalf of the OVC Alumni Association, I'd like to welcome you to the veterinary profession and specifically to the Ontario Veterinary College. Over your next 4 years at OVC, as well as when you graduate, your OVC Alumni Association will be here to help you. For your class, your OVC Alumni Association representative is Daniela Yusufow. One of the main ways we help is by offering and supporting a number of fantastic activities and events. Some, like our continuing education symposiums, are great opportunities for learning more about the veterinary profession and medicine. Others, such as our receptions and networking nights, at present in virtual form, at conferences in Ontario and across North America, are great ways to meet other alumni, expand your professional network, and reconnect with classmates and colleagues. And then some of them, like our annual hockey tournament in the spring, are just plain fun, when the virus allows us. One thing we do for our new student veterinarians is to provide you with a few words of wisdom from an OVC alum. This piece of advice on cards was distributed with your lab coat. I hope that this advice provides you with some inspiration and insight from an OVC alum who has taken this journey before you. Welcome, as the other speakers have said, have fun and get involved. Whether it is clubs, sports, student government, the frat, your time at OVC is much more than just lectures, virtual meetings, labs, and exams. When you graduate, and reflect on your time at OVC, your fondest memories will be of those extracurricular activities with your friends and classmates. I hope you enjoy the rest of your celebration today with your online family and friends, and once again, congratulations on joining the OVC community.
Thank you very much, Dr. Woods, for representing the OVC Alumni Association here today to welcome our new student veterinarians. And since we're name-dropping class mascots, OVC 96 Lynx in the house. All right, that brings our speaker list of veterinary associations that will greatly impact the future of our student veterinarians to a close. OVC 2025 Amethyst Orcas, even though we are not in class right now, I'm going to give you a piece of homework. It is this. Do not consider that membership in and involvement with our profession's organizations is an optional affair. It is not. Instead, I ask you to take it on as your lifelong obligation to contribute your time and your talents to these organizations as well, in order to help maintain the vibrant and vital entity that is veterinary medicine in Ontario and Canada today. Perhaps one day you will be the one of these speakers welcoming a future class of exceptional student veterinarians to what is undoubtedly the best profession in the world. Class, the moment has come. I'm going to read out your names in alphabetical order as we present a slideshow of you in your new official veterinary lab coat to introduce our new student veterinarians to our audience of family, friends, loved ones, mentors, OVC faculty and staff, and likely a myriad of furry family members in the background as well. As I do so, your family members, mentors, and guests are welcome to post words of congratulations in the chat of this event. As a reminder, we'll be going alphabetically. As soon as we get it queued up, everyone, I present to you our newest student veterinarians, the OVC 2025 Amethyst Orcas in alphabetical order. Sophia Ahmed from Vaughan. May Andrews from Ajax. Matt Armstrong from Stratford. Isabel Bates from Richmond Hill. Riley Bowman from West Montrose. Solène Bellion from Paradou, France. Michaela Boutillier from Scarborough. Addison Carr from Flagstaff, Arizona. Christy Chan from Hong Kong. Caitlin Chang from Markham. Emily Sheravati from Kitchener. Crystal Chung from Markham. Jessica Chu from London. Liam Church McGinty from Bell River. Stephanie Cox from Ottawa. Raina Karen from Ottawa. Sarah Del Grande from Beaton. Margaret Doe from Coppercliff. Antonia de Groot from Brunner. Emily Dews from Oakville. Alexandra Dorsch from Waterloo. Christine Emini from London. Melissa Favero from Grimsby. Madison Fajo from Mississauga. Emma Gelman from Santa Cruz, California. Natasha Grego from Stony Creek. Daniel Guevara Mann from Holland Landing. Nicole Gogolski, Nicole, from New York City, New York. Megan Goot from St. Bernardine. Sean Houghton from Bolton. Cindy He from Mississauga. Avery Hood from Mississauga. Alexandra Hume from Toronto. Madeline Hunter from Guelph, Aramosa. Shayla Hurley from Dundas. Nicole Irushi from Toronto. Summer Jarvis from Aurelia. Olivia Johns from Six Nations. Ben Jean-Pierre from London. Giselle Calnins from Ajax. Jenny King from Vaughan. Derek Nill from Bornholm. Alyssa Kohler from Stratford. Christopher Couris from San Diego, California. Noor Kudsi from Mississauga. Thomas Lack from Oshawa. Sophie Lake from Oakville. Sarah Larkin from Toronto. Adrian Lee from Toronto. Sydney Lindquist from Lake Orion, Michigan. Cam Lopez Cortada from Havana, Cuba. Jess Lorenzana from Denton, Massachusetts. Genevieve Lumsden from Elora. Ling Ma from Hangzhou, China. Alyssa McFadden from Brampton. Jordan Mako from Forest. Alexandria Macariti from Mount Albert. Andre Madaras from Vaughan. Justina Maklouf from Mississauga. Jessica Mark from Keswick. Christian Mastrangelo from Toronto. Jacob Maxwell from Evansville. Maggie McCullough from London. Gwyneth McFarlane from Vaughan. Sydney McIntyre from Mississauga. Kira McTeer from Whitby. Katrina Maduk from Mississauga. Erin Melbourne from Kenmore. Desiree Menard from Elliott Lake. Emily Mary from Millgrove. Madeline Morris from Guelph. Paige Mulder from Paris. Corinne Murphy from Toronto. Melanie Norut from Etobicoke. Willa Nye from Richmond Hill. Ashley Nixon from London. Katie Nixon from Mississauga. Amelia Norman from Almonte. Roberta O'Hagan Todd from Stony Creek. Lauren O'Neill from Derby, New York. Joshua Pajek from Buffalo, New York. Caroline Paskia from Embrun. Emily Patterson from Hawkesbury. Abby Pekka from Huntsville. Julie Peterson from Newmarket. Maria Teresa Perez from Mississauga. Emily Falzer from Buffalo, New York. Cole Radburn from Owen Sound. Abby Rampton from Arnprior. Alexis Rance from Toronto. Dara Riddick from Markdale. Michaela Ringelberg from Troy. Hannah Rivers from Mississauga. Emma Robertson from Red Lake. Morgan Rowland from Ottawa. Lauren Rossi from Lake Placid, New York. Natalie Savor from Pickering. Rachel Scarfone from Tecumseh. Rachel Schuster from Chengdu, China. Rihanna Scott from Lucan. Kiera Sho from Brampton. Michelle Shung from Markham. Cindy Sylvanas from Brampton. Alex Skyba from Caledon. Randy Speziale from Thunder Bay. Cassidy Spruill from Lexington, Kentucky. Nina Stanikovich from Niagara Falls. Mark Sunerich from Toronto. Jia Shuen Tan from Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia. Carly Tarantini from Sault Ste. Marie. Kayla Taski Carmen from Milton. Stephen Teitelbaum from Upper Saddle River, New Jersey. Sophie Tew from Brampton. Cynthia Tran from Mississauga. Sarah Van Sickle from Caledonia. Laura Willis from Oakville. Angela Xie from Richmond Hill. Jackie Yu from Toronto. Daniela Yusufov from Thornhill. Rihanna Zilonka from Ottawa. Ladies and gentlemen, I give you the Ontario Veterinary College class of 2025. There is more than a slideshow required to have you cross the threshold into our profession. I will now ask every member of the OVC 2025 class and any veterinarians in the audience today to please leave your microphone muted or pure chaos will arise. So leave your microphone muted, but turn on only your camera. This is so that you can join our Dean of OVC, Dr. Jeff Wichtel, as he leads us in reciting the veterinarian's oath, which is found on the last page of the program your student veterinarian has sent to you. So you will begin your program reciting this oath as you enter the profession, and you will recite this oath again on your graduation day. And again, any veterinarians in the crowd, please also join us. Leave your microphones muted, but you're welcome to turn your cameras on. Dr. Wichtel.
Thank you, Dr. Houston. It's my honor to lead you in the veterinarian's oath. Please follow along with me. As a member of the veterinary medical profession, I solemnly swear that I will use my scientific knowledge and skills for the benefit of society. I will strive to promote animal health and welfare, prevent and relieve animal suffering, protect the health of the public and the environment, and advance comparative medical knowledge. I will perform my professional duties conscientiously, with dignity, and in keeping with the principles of veterinary medical ethics. I will strive continuously to improve my professional knowledge and competence and to maintain the highest professional and ethical standards for myself and the profession.
Thank you, Dean Wichtel, for leading us in the veterinarian's oath. It is now my pleasure to ask Ms. Maggie Doe and Ms. Laura Willis, newly elected co-presidents of the OVC 2025 class, to speak on behalf of the Amethyst Orcas. But first, let me introduce them. Ms. Maggie Doe hails from Coppercliff, which is part of the Greater Sudbury area in Ontario. Maggie comes to us with a large variety of experience, including wildlife rehabilitation, caring for horses and preparing them for shows, and working as an animal behavior and welfare assistant with poultry for the Department of Animal Biosciences. She's looking towards a career in agriculture with a focus on becoming a poultry veterinarian. Ms. Laura Willis comes to us from Oakville. Equestrian pursuits have played a big role in her life, and she worked as a riding instructor and lifeguard, not at the same time, at a summer camp for 2 years. While at the University of Guelph, she joined the Intercollegiate Horse Show Association's Western riding team, subsequently becoming the co-captain and receiving the title of Reserve Champion of Intermediate Division at the 2020 Regionals. Well done. Down the road, Laura is considering specialty certification and potentially working in an academic setting. Ms. Doe and Ms. Willis, I give you the floor to speak to your class and their extended families.
Thank you, Dr. Houston, for the introduction. Good afternoon and the warmest of welcomes to all of our distinguished guests, faculty members, alumni, veterinary mentors, friends, family, and last but not least, the brand new class of 2025.
I'm Laura.
And I'm Maggie.
And we are the co-presidents of the class of 2025. We would like to say thank you, Amethyst Orcas, for choosing us to represent you for these next 4 years. The last few weeks, you have gotten to know us through our many Facebook posts, videos, emails, and group chat messages. We cannot wait to get to know you all further through classes and extracurriculars.
We want to say thank you to everyone that is tuning in today to watch us all be welcomed into the veterinary profession, and to all those that made this day so special. A huge thank you goes out to the World Veterinary Medical Association, the College of Veterinarians of Ontario, the Ontario Veterinary College Alumni Association, the Ontario Veterinary Medical Association, and the Canadian Veterinary Medical Association for your kind gifts and overwhelming amount of support on this day and every day of our veterinary careers. As a class, we are honored to represent and be a part of a college that has been recognized internationally with over 150 years of contributions to research and education in veterinary medicine.
Amethyst Orcas, now it's time to talk about you. While we have only been here for 1 month and have spent most of it online, we've already gotten to know each other quite well and have formed lots of new friendships. It is wonderful to see the community we have formed as a class, fondly known as the Pod. We've come to know that our class is full of artists, musicians, athletes, farmers, and so much more. The group of students we have is so diverse, and we look forward to learning and growing alongside each other over the next 4 years. While our backgrounds are all very different, the one thing we all have in common is our passion for veterinary medicine.
While our paths into the profession were all very different, our journey as OVC students began the day we received our acceptance letters. Let's take a moment to remember how we all felt reading the word admitted. At that second, we knew that all of our efforts had paid off. Every single one of us should feel so proud for making it here. The road ahead is not going to be easy, but for now, let's celebrate the fact that we are sitting here as OVC's newest students, wearing our coveted blue coats.
Let's also take a moment to acknowledge our family and friends. Their unwavering love and support up to this point has been a huge factor contributing to our success. We would also like to acknowledge all of our mentors, both veterinary and not, for teaching us and giving us invaluable experiences. We could not have done it without any of you.
So Orcas, we want to congratulate every single one of you for reaching this goal. While we have a big ocean ahead of us, remember, just keep swimming.
Excellent. Thank you both very much, Maggie and Laura. All right, OVC 2025 student veterinarians. You've worked tirelessly and with determination to get to today, and now you've begun your journey in this profession. I think it's an appropriate moment to pause in your life to reflect on how you got here. This was not a solitary effort, and many of those who were key to your success are here today, either in body or very much here in spirit. It's only fitting then that we take a moment to cherish the support that you've each received and share our gratitude. There has been a multitude of messages come through the chat from your families, friends, loved ones, and mentors supporting you. Now's your opportunity, Amethyst Orcas, to give back and to share your gratitude by popping a thanks into the chat or putting that little clap emoji going on the meeting so that you can thank your family, friends, and stout supporters. And as you do that, I will begin the closing of the ceremony. I want to thank a number of people who've organized today's ceremony. Those who have contributed much time, knowledge, and skills to today's event are our summer student, Michelle Armstrong, and the Phase 2 merchandise team for ensuring the orcas received their supplies in time. Our support team from the university's Computing and Communication Services, Amanda Goes and John Spenceley. Elizabeth Lowinger as our Manager of Student Affairs and key point of contact for many of our student veterinarians long before they were even accepted into our program. Our videographer, Kevin Hogg, from the college's Information Technology Services, who is enabling us to provide a live global webcast of this event and who will soon post it on the OVC YouTube channel for anyone who wants to watch it again. And of course, Dr. Tony Abrams-Ogg, our wonderful internal medicine specialist by day and in-house bagpiper by night. Please join me in thanking all of them. My sincerest thanks also once more to our special guest speakers and their various veterinary organizations for taking the time to so warmly welcome our newest student veterinarians to our profession. And last but not least, to all of you, our audience, for being here to support your favorite amethyst orca. It means the world to our orcas and to OVC that you are with us today. Welcome to the OVC family. This brings our ceremony to a close. Our bagpiper, Dr. Abrams-Ogg, will now virtually pipe out our speakers from the virtual stage, following which we will replay the slides of the members of the class in alphabetical order as our closing to officially end the ceremony. Please feel invited to continue posting to our chat throughout the slideshow. Congratulations to our OVC 2025 Amethyst Orcas and their supporting cast, and I hope you all enjoy the rest of the weekend.